Hi, Katerina.
Hey, Alex.
We are here on our first video for Executive Realty Group. So I just wanted to bring you on and kind of talk about what's happening in the market. What do you see for your buyers and sellers?
Okay, so it's November 4th. You would think that it would be kind of like slowing down, but I still go show houses. I have buyers to work with. I still have closing scheduled up until end of the year. Um, have listings, have contingent listings, and I think it's still hot,
Mm-hmm.
at least warm, just like weather.
Yeah, the weather has been beautiful. We've definitely been blessed with that. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying, I want to move or I want to list my house, but I kind of want to see how the election plays out. So do you feel like there might be a little lag in time, or are people just going to bounce right back into the market?
I don't know. Whoever wants to buy, they will definitely buy, I think. But and then if they need to move to another location or make their place bigger or smaller, they will do it anyway. Well, of course, nobody knows what's going to happen. This is crazy 50-50
Mhm.
situation as of right now. Um, Nobody knows, but life will continue no matter what. So,
That's right.
and people will have to move. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I hope rates not going to change, and what comes to us. I mean, politics are politics. What are we going to do?
And rates are projected to stay low for a while, so that's good. Now, if a client came to you and said, I want to list my home, but I know there's not a lot of inventory and my home might sell right away.
Mhm.
What do I do? What if I don't find a new home for my family?
Yeah, I think if you're
Or
looking for
how would the steps work?
I still, I'm in this situation all the time with my buyers and sellers, and there is not such a thing that you can't find a house unless you're absolutely nuts. I mean, if you're looking for perfect house, there is no such a thing as perfect house. Like it's always something missing. You can't have 100% unless you maybe build a new home. But you know, you don't have to freak out. We'll find a place to go. And I think I actually have a situation right now where uh, I'm not on the buyer side. We signed a contract, and we said that we're going to be flexible. If they need more time. And guess what? 2 days later, they found a house. Even though they go into a bigger place, and you
Mm-hmm.
would think that they're going to take some time to choose it. 2 days later, they fell in love with the house. So it's you never know.
Got it. Now, what do you think is the first step for that buyer who's also a seller when they're thinking about moving?
First step for the buyer to, okay, well, we do such a thing as a buyer consultation. That would be probably the first thing to do, to meet with the realtor and have this conversation, 30 minutes, an hour, like explaining the process. And when I do this consultations, first thing I suggest to do, of course, is to go to get pre-approved. Why to start the process if you can't afford it or you can't be qualified for the loan? That's
Just
common
going to
sense.
lead to heartbreak, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I always say, we of course can go see the houses if you would like to, if you like have the price range in mind. But what if you like the house and then you talk to the lender and he says, no, that's like not something that you can buy. So of course it's the first step. And
Mm-hmm.
then it just very smooth process when you have a good group of people working with you as a buyer. Same with the sellers.
And I assume you have some recommendations for your buyers if they don't have lenders or attorneys, home inspectors.
Of course. We have I wouldn't say I have a team, but every time I have transaction, there is a team in it. It could be a
Mm-hmm.
different lender that I know, or even the buyer putting their own. But if there is communication and working together as a team is a key for for closing.
Successful, yeah,
Mhm.
transaction. Now, buyers have been hearing a lot about multiple offers. What is your view on presenting the best offer, and how do you help clients obtain that property?
Uh, well, it has to be a good offer. It's all come to money in the end, of course.
Is cash
Um,
king when it comes to multiple offers?
Cash wins, but the cash buyers are always doing a lower offer. So it depends on the situation with the seller. Of course, it's preferable, and if it's like a
Mm.
full price, it's hard to bid. But there are things like flexible closing date. There are things like buying as is, or helping the seller to deal with leftovers in the house, let's say.
Can you explain
Um,
what as is means?
as is, well, people kind of afraid as is, but even if you buying as is, means you still entitled to do inspection. You just
Mhm.
can't negotiate anything after that inspection, means credit or work. But I've seen, and it's happened all the time, even with as is, you will negotiate, especially if it comes to like mold and health problems, or
Mhm.
um, like tripping hazard, or something like health related or safety related. You can negotiate.
Okay.
We were in the contract with REO property as is, and there was a radon that it was like sky high, like 5 times more than the
Wow.
limit. And of course, they're gonna have to install the radon mitigation system,
Mitigations.
or things like that. So it's not like, and you can always walk away if you're not happy with results of the inspection. You still get your earned money back, and you're safe to leave the contract. But it's a good way to negotiate. You can't negotiate something small, of course.
Mhm.
And plus, you know what else is good? I found out, especially in the multiple offers, the letter from the buyer. Always like when
Mhm.
it's a little personal touch, and it's not like 15 offers. Of course, they're probably not going to even read those letters. There's 15 of them. But if it's two, three, five offers, and there's a letter on one, they will read it. And
Mhm.
guess what? It works too. Like, oh, my buyer's baby loved the pink room. It's like
It's
baby
so true.
girls.
I mean, they're
Oh,
not robots on the other side.
yeah. Or
It's a family that has their memories there
uh,
and
or
raised the
like,
kids.
my buyer is a veteran, a single dad. It's like people have hearts.
Exactly. I mean, I certainly would want my family home going to someone starting their family, or another family that I know will love it.
Yeah, so
So I
those are,
can,
I mean, you don't use it all the time, but it's like it will come naturally to you if you absolutely love this home. Like,
Mhm.
that's it. I have to do something different. Then, yeah.
Thank you for that. And Katerina, can you tell us a little bit about your background and when and how you got into real estate?
Oh my goodness. I got into real estate back home in Latvia. Um, it was, oh my gosh, I was 25.
So how long ago was that?
Long time ago. Um, like quarter century almost. Wow, I'm old. Anyway, so yes, I am supposed to be a teacher. I have a bachelor degree in teaching Russian language and literature. But after working for a little bit in my own school, I decided it's not for me. And so I had to choose between. I had two ideas in my head: was real estate and traveling, because I love to travel. And so it just turns out that I met people at that time. It's just coincidence, I guess.
Mhm. Well, the universe has
That
a way to
wasn't.
work it out.
It wasn't. They were in real estate, and I absolutely loved the company, the people in there. It was like a big family, and I just didn't think about traveling anymore. Besides when I travel, like traveling career or
Mhm.
you know. And then, yeah, it was pretty good and interesting and different from here, of course. And when I came here in 2002, um, you know, I need some time to learn the language and to get my license. But since 2004, that's what I'm doing, and I love it.
That's awesome. So you and I have a little something in common because I went to school to be a teacher myself,
Yeah,
a social studies teacher, and then chose real estate. So
you see, here you go. High five.
high five, virtual high five. So thank you for all the real estate tips, telling us a little about yourself. So tell us something that we might not know about you.
I love traveling. I already said that. Traveled to a lot of countries in Europe and here, you know. And if I don't travel for a while, it's kind of like getting sad, like right now.
Like I was just going to say, right now we're a little.
Yeah. So hopefully that's gonna change soon. But you know, when you can travel to another country, you always can travel where you live. So
Love where you live.
yeah, outside. I love parks. You know, when I did what I did years ago, I just took the DuPage County Forest Preserve map, and I just each time I have time, like I would go to a different park and explore it. And don't ask me for the names, Alex.
I won't ask you for the names, but what I wanted to point out to everyone listening is that if you're not following Katerina on social media, follow her at Realtor Katerina, because that's where she posts all her parks and all the beauty that's in the parks. So I love all of those, and sunsets and flowers and interesting things that, you know, I didn't even know about. The waterfall park in Oak Brook, beautiful. Took my kids there. So it's really nice. Now, do you have any, I know I'm not going to ask you for the names, but any specific area? Right now we have a week of gorgeous, gorgeous weather here. Got to take advantage to be outside. We know we're going to be cooped up inside. So any suggestions?
Yes. So that name I remember very good.
Yes.
It's a Blackwell Forest Preserve in Warrenville.
Okay.
So please go there. It's a lot of things, you know, to do there. There is a huge hill there that you can go and watch sunsets. That's my favorite spot. You know, they have a tubing or from that hill in winter, and you can ski probably and do tubing and, you know, sleds and everything. But you could see downtown from there.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. And then you have to walk there. You can drive up to the hill. You have to park the car, walk, and it's a good.
Get your steps
People
in.
go running up and down, actually exercising there.
Very nice.
Very nice view. And if you go there this coming Sunday, there will be an event for salsa dancing lovers.
Ooh, that sounds fun. So do you have to sign up for this event or make a reservation?
No, you can just go there. You will see the music, you will hear the music, but it's probably going to be all the way. If you come to the park, you will see the lakes, you will see that hill, but you have to go like past the campground and go all the way to the end of the park. That's where.
Okay. Do you know what time that salsa dancing is?
Oh, it's going to be all day event.
Okay. So maybe we could link in the comments so that in case anyone wants to meet Realtor Katerina.
Yeah, well, you can contact me for sure. I'll tell you where to go.
Okay, so where can everyone contact you? What's the best way?
630-709-3425. Call, text. That's probably, or realtorkaterina.com. My information is there.
Okay. And on Facebook, Realtor Katerina, and Instagram, Realtor Katerina?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much, Katerina. It was great to have you on and share your experiences. And I hope to see you at Salsa.
Okay, we'll see you then.